Today we're going to talk about an advanced level topic, and this is actually one of my favorite things to do. When you're doing it, especially if you do it right, it probably takes 3 to 5 seconds max, and it's one of the most effective things that you can do. Today we're going to talk about how to actually handle it when a prospect mentions your competition, and there is a right way to go about it and a wrong way to go about it. And today we're going to talk about where I learned about this in the community. In the community, we talked about really how to set the stage to have an awesome conversation with a high value girl. Somebody that's well educated, smart, attractive, it's got everything going on in her life, and how to really get to a point where it's an engaging conversation both ways. But one of the things that a girl does, especially if they're high value, they need to kick the tires a little bit. So they're not just going to take your word for everything. They want to see how you react to some basic tests. Now, for women, they're basic tests because they're easy for them. Women are smarter than men most times. But for men, most men don't know how to handle this. And so we talk about this in another lesson. They're called tests. One of the most basic ones that they'll have is basically a test where they'll tell you something and they just want to see how you react. It may or may not be relevant, and it may or may not even be true. And the most common one that we would get is the I have a boyfriend. Now, in my experience, about 80 to 90% of the time, it's not true. It's just not. And most guys don't know that. They imagine if a girl tells you that she has a boyfriend, well, she has a boyfriend, game over, there's no sense going any farther, and they'll walk away, which is exactly how you fail that test. Now, on the other hand, when you know this, when you know that like 4 out of 5 or 9 out of 10 times you hear this, it's a total load of crap. You immediately can get by it really quickly. So one of the things that I do, especially when a girl would say, well, I have a boyfriend, is I just jump right on. I'm just going to say, all right, yeah, tell me about your boyfriend. And the first thing that comes out most often is she starts kind of subtly ragging on the boyfriend. It's not really direct. It's not in your face, but there's a little bit of bitterness, and there's something there that she's not really happy about. And not everybody picks up on it, but it's there. So if you're listening for it, you're going to pick up on it. And so I'll keep adding on. Tell me more. Wow, really? He does that? I can't believe that. And yeah, absolutely. And so she'll go on. And this is where you drop a term in the community that we call the boyfriend destroyer. And it probably takes 3 to 5 seconds if you do it right, but it's one of the best things you can do. And we're going to pair it up with something else in the community. So the girl's telling you all the things wrong with the boyfriend. It starts with something very small. Really? I can't believe that. Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, well, what else? I can't believe that. And she'll start ratcheting it up, and she has no idea what's going on. And then you drop the boyfriend destroyer. And there was a time when I did this in the actual company that I worked for when I developed this, and the same thing happened. So I was talking to this girl. I thought she was amazingly cute, really funny, very smart. She was talking to me about her boyfriend. It wasn't even just I have a boyfriend just as a test, but she was just casually saying in the conversation. I said, really, tell me about it. And so she immediately starts escalating kind of her beef with her boyfriend, and I don't even think she knew she was doing it. And immediately right in the middle of that conversation, there was no ramping it up, I simply dropped the boyfriend destroyer. And I said, wow, sounds like you need to upgrade your boyfriend. And I walked out of the room, which we talk about in another lesson. That's art of the walk away. And I walked out of the room. I didn't turn around. I didn't look back. I just left and I went about my business. I didn't think twice about it. In fact, I don't even think I thought twice of her at that point in time. So fast forward maybe a few days, and we're having this going away party for this one girl who's moving to Vegas. I'm in the room, I'm talking to one of my friends, and this girl, the same girl, comes running into the room. She starts tugging on my shoulder and going, Matt. I'm like, yeah, what? I just broke up with my boyfriend. I need an upgrade. And I immediately knew, oh my gosh, here it is. And that's exactly where it went. So in the community, the fastest way to deal with a boyfriend is to destroy that boyfriend. But she's going to give you all the ammunition you need to do that. Now in sales, we actually have the same thing happen. And this is where your prospect actually talks about their competition. And so they'll talk about, oh, I talked to so-and-so and their price was lower, or something about it was different. And all I'm hearing about is there's a boyfriend. And so I'm like, oh, well, tell me about it. And they'll tell me about the competition, but I'll ask them like, okay, well, is that it? Is that all they have is a lower priced product? Well, I'm like, wow, it sounds like you need to upgrade whatever you're planning to buy. And I just walk away. And it doesn't mean I leave the room. I don't like get in my car and drive away. There's no credits coming down the screen or anything like that. But it lets them know that there is a higher standard to be met. And me, as somebody who's in the industry and works with it, I'm not going to sit here and compete with somebody lower. And if they're bringing up this person or this company that supposedly has something better, and I bring it up and I give them all the opportunity in the world to tell me how amazing it is, and they struggle to come up with anything, I'm done. Like, they need to upgrade their product. And they immediately know that I'm the upgrade. And they will come back. The better you do it, the more likely that it'll come back. And as you get really good at this, they're always going to come back. They're going to come back, and they may or may not say what this one girl said to me, hey, Matt, I need an upgrade. But they're going to say it in one way or another. And at that point, what's really nice about it is when they come back to you, there will be no objections. Because it's unnatural. Why would they have objections? They're realizing that you were right, they were wrong, and we've just blown the smoke out of the room, and it's really obvious that the person that they really need to buy from is you. And when you start doing that, your confidence is going to go so through the roof, you're probably going to need somebody in your own life just to humble you down a little bit. But it's a pretty cool place to be. Start with your boyfriend destroyer and apply it to sales and unleash the beast, because it is such an amazing, amazing tool on your tool belt. And it takes probably 3 seconds to do.